Hey everybody, Captain Shane. Good evening. Happy 4th of July Eve, I guess. I am in Alaska right now. Well, not physically, but here in the sim. I'm in the 737-700 because I've been getting some reports about some weird landing behavior of the aircraft. Let me show you what people are telling me. I don't know what to make of it because I haven't personally really noticed this, but what are they telling me? They're saying I'm getting a little feeling that the 700 version is falling down during flare. Please give a check here if possible. I don't know what that means. I watched the video. I didn't notice that. But somebody else mentioned it too. I noticed this also. So I don't know what that means. Might be a language barrier there. I know this gentleman, English is not his first language. No disparaging remark intended by that at all. But I don't know what it means to be falling down during the flare. So we're going to test that tonight. And I found this jet sitting here at Wrangell in Alaska. It's been here for 3 weeks. I figured this would be a great test bed for figuring out what the heck that means. So we're going to do a couple short flights tonight so we get a lot of takeoff and landing cycles. So we'll go ahead and get set up here. Let's get some cockpit lights on. Okay. Mach airspeed test. First flight of the day, so we want to make sure all the systems are working. Let's see if we get stall warning to work. We'll come back to that one. IRS switches. Window heat and probe heat. Emergency lights. Seatbelt signs. Sure, why not? Logo lights in position. Okay. Let's do our JIPWay system test.
Slow. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Obstacle.
Okay.
Obstacle. Pull up.
Alright.
Airspeed
EFIS panel.
low.
Plan. Takeoff warning system. Works. Weight and balance. We'll take a look. Hey, Nanny Ray, nice to see you. Welcome aboard. Good evening. All right, what do we got here? So we got 11,600 pounds of fuel. Cost index 61. Cruise altitude will be 240 because we're not going very far. And cargo weight 34.5. All right, 11.6 on the fuel. Let's get the fuel truck moving. And then payload. I've been meaning to zero these out in the configuration file, but I keep forgetting. So I don't have to keep doing this every single time that I load up the aircraft. Okay. All right. We need 34.5 on the weight. Trying to keep the CG in the low 20s. Okay. $34.5. How about 34.6? Cool. Weight balance set. So takeoff CG is around 21%. It'll probably be at 22% once the fuel is fully on board. But fuel's coming up. Payload's on. Weight and balance is good. So we'll do position initialization. So we're going to go to position initialize. We're going to go over to page 2. Grab the GPS position. Drop it in here. AWG. POG. You know what POG means, right? Alright, and then the route. So, POG, and we're going to be flying up to Juneau, Alaska. PAJN. Juneau. I've been there before. And this is Alaska Airlines 7021. Nope, that's not where that goes. It goes right there. And as far as the route goes, we have a very short routing because it's not very far. So LVD, SSR. Okay, and for departure, we're going to use the LVD 3 on runway 28. And for the arrival, we're looking at, well, let's see what we're looking at. Planning on runway 26 at Juneau. Let me make sure that actually looks viable. Oh yeah, 26 looks very viable. Plenty of runway length there. Alright. And let's see what kind of approaches make sense for us to runway 26. Arnav Papa, runway 26 from SSR. Sure, why not? Actually, no, that doesn't make sense. It would be better if we just go straight to the final approach fix. Yeah, I like that better. Let's just take the final. No need to transition from SSR. Right, that's just unnecessary flying distance that we don't need. So we're going to go basically after LVD, we're going to fly direct to Nibble, which is the initial approach fix, and we're just going to bypass this SSR. Okay, so we're going to go RNAV Papa 26, no transition. So if we look at this on the legs page, not much to it. And we're basically going to just go direct to Nibble. So again, very easy flight tonight. Let's go ahead and activate this. And then we'll go to performance initialization. Reserves 6,000 pounds. Cost index was 61. Flight level 240. Per the flight plan, the cruise wind is 037 at 6. So very calm winds up here, even at altitude. 037 at 6. And we're done taking off fuel, so we'll put that in. N1 limit. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Flap setting, flaps. D-rate takeoff 2, select temperature 51. That's really low. Kind of a low power takeoff. Okay. DTO 251, flaps 5. So 51. D-rate takeoff 2. That's a pretty low N1 setting. We won't be hearing no screaming out of these engines today. Not with that. And our calculated numbers here are quite a bit lower than what SimBrief is coming up with. I'm going to go with these numbers because they're more conservative. They're higher, so this gives us better margins across the board. Oh, I know why. Takeoff weight is wrong. 130. Oh, that explains a lot. My takeoff weight is way off. Okay, that changes a lot. Let's go back one. We're gonna go select 50 TO1. That should bump up our takeoff thrust setting to 88. Yeah, that's better. And these numbers are basically matching SimBrief exactly. That's way better. Okay. So legs on the left. Takeoff on the right. FMC is checked and set. cockpit preparation checklist. Fuel quantity is checked. Flight altitude 240 plus 5. FMC is checked and confirmed. Flight directors on. Left and right. Auto throttles armed. MCP airspeed will set to V2, 133. MCP heading will be the initial runway heading. So I'll have to take a look at what that is. Level Island 3 departure. So, climb out heading 281 to 500 feet, then a climbing left-hand turn to 230 to intercept the LVD radio 069 VOR. Do not exceed 180 knots until established on LVD radio 069 westbound. Okay, very well. Alright, MCP altitude. So what was that, 281? MCP altitude all the way up to 240. Altimeters. Okay, weather at Wrangell. Wind 310 at 3 knots. Man, it's real calm winds up here today. Scattered at 3,700 feet. Broken at 45. Overcast at 7,000. Temperature 15. Altimeter 3009. 3009 set. Auto brakes. RTO. Radios. And I don't know if this aircraft has a CTAF frequency. We'll check that. Let's see if X-Pilot's given us anything. CTAF, PAWG. Wow, there is. 122.6. I wouldn't have figured that. Okay, we'll tune that in. Navigation. Let's program this VOR 116.5. Make that active, and then the radial that we need to fly is the 069. One 116.5 radial 069. Okay, got that in. TCAS. Looks like our squawk code tonight is 5272. Okay, taxi takeout departure brief. So we're here at Wrangell. Intention is to taxi straight ahead, immediate right turn. And then we're going to back taxi down runway 10, do an about face on 28 and depart to the east. Correction, to the west. We're on the Level Island 3 departure. As previously discussed, the instructions are climb out heading 281, 500 feet, then a left-hand climbing turn at a 230 to intercept LVD radial 069 to LVD VOR, and then as filed. And then from LVD, we're going to go straight to Nibble. All right. Risks here, the threats, there's very few. There's no traffic here. We do have high terrain on both sides of the airport, but our direction of flight, we need to make that 500-foot climb, and then we can basically climb out through these mountains here. I don't foresee any issues with terrain at this time. All right, before we start pushback checklist, our MFD is on engine. The APU will start up now. Hey, APU's coming on. Doors and windows. And while that's all happening, I'm going to go ahead and get my desk set up for departure. Uh-oh. There we go. My yoke got disconnected for a second while I was moving it around the desk. Okay, doors and windows. Well, most of the doors and windows are closed. Yaw damper. On. Electric hydraulic pumps. Fuel. Parking brake. Set. APU gens 1 and 2. Woodchocks and age, we can pull those. Beacon light on. No trim air installed. Engine bleed off. APU bleed is on. Engine start. We're going to go ignition left for this flight. ACARS. Is set. Hey, thank you very much. Happy Independence Day. I appreciate that. Tomorrow should be a good time. Lots of fireworks, lots of drinking. And I don't have to work tomorrow, so I might be doing some extra flying. And some War in the Pacific gaming, all that stuff. I got lots of time tomorrow. Okay, push the start clearance. We're good to push and start because we're not going to require the tug for this. So I think we're ready to go. We got air. We got electric. Let's go ahead and start. Are you guys ready? Let's do it. Starting engine number 1. Rotation on N2. Oil pressure's good. Fuel on. Fuel flow, EGT. Oh, so there you go. You were asking about that, right? You ended up getting your sale. Go buy yourself something, man. Alright, get started on engine number 1. Oil pressure lights out. Starting engine 2. Rotation, N2. Alright, positive oil pressure. Fuel on. Fuel flow, EGT. Oil pressure lights out. Yeah, that's usually how those sales go, right? You never get what you want. Alright, good start on engine 2, start valve closed. After start checklist. Engine bleeds on. APU bleed off. Packs on. Isolation valve as required. Engine generators 1 and 2. APU secured. Ground signal. Looks good. Alright, crew, I think we're ready for taxi. Let's go ahead and do some flight testing here. Brakes released. Okay, nose wheel steering works. Brakes check. Alright, flaps. Stab trim. I think I missed a checklist item here. Stab trim 6. Takeoff data is in. Bus setting, transponder. Taxi light, lower MFD, system. Flight controls. Ailerons left. Right. Elevator up. Down. Right or left. Right or right. Flight controls check. Alright, crew. Clear for takeoff. Alright, set takeoff dust. Something ain't right here. Abort takeoff.
80 knots. 80 knots.
No, there's something wrong here. There's something wrong here. When I went to Toga, I didn't get my takeoff. You know what? The auto throttle wasn't armed. That's what it was. Whoa. Oh, no, 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 nope, nope, nope. Nope. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is it going to Toga? What in the world is going on here? What is it doing? What? Wow. I can't turn the auto throttle off. What is happening here? Whoa. Okay, okay. What is going on here? What? Wow. Okay. What the heck just happened here? What is going on with this aircraft? Okay, that was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So it looked like my autothrottle wasn't armed, so when I went to take off power, it didn't get to the N1 limit. Okay, then I aborted the takeoff, but then when I turned the autothrottle on, it went to the go-around thrust, and I could not stop it. I've never seen that. That is something new. Yeah. Let's try this again, because that was really bizarre. I'm gonna start the APU and let's see if we can try this again. I don't know what the heck that was. It's a good thing we didn't hit that berm though, because that would have been really bad. I don't even know what to make of that. So definitely some strange behavior there. We'll get the APUs fired back up and we'll taxi back down to the end of the runway, but I have just never seen this aircraft behave like that before. That's a new one to me. Whew. We almost had a major incident here, but let me get this fixed. Let's try this again. I don't know what that was. This should make for some good viewing someday. That was bizarre. Hopefully we don't dump the FMC. Boy, my last couple of flights lately have not been very good. Alright, do we got power? Yep. Alright, everything set back the way it needs to be. Alright, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and start this again and see if we can have a better attempt at this. No, I have not tried the Tollus A340. I only have the A321, not the 340. I've heard it's good. I mean, there's really nothing else like it in X-Plane. So if you have the money to spend, go for it, by all means. Man, that was weird. Let's try this again. I didn't blow any tires. They look okay. Alright, good. Starting to. Fuel on. Alright. Let's try this again. Engine bleeds on. APU bleeds off. Packs on. Alright. Engine. APU. Alright, that's good. Let's try this again. Taxi checklist. Flaps 5 are set. Stab trim. 6 aircraft nose up is set. Takeoff data is still in. Takeoff thrust setting 86.9 is in. Alright, let's try this again. Now we gotta go all the way down to the end of the runway. Man, that was bizarre. Flight controls are already checked. Before takeoff, lower MFD. LNAV, BNAV. Exterior lights are on. Radar is still on. Engine switches continuous. Alright, we have our thrust limit is in now. Okay, arm, LNAV, VNAV. Right, I think we're ready. I think we got it now. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, second time's charm, crew. Hopefully we don't have any weirdness. Okay, engine's coming up. Alright. That's better. Thrust set. N1, Toga. There we go. Airspeed's alive.
$80 knots.
Lot of hold.
V1 rotate. Positive rate. Gear up.
LNAV, VNAV speed. N1. Speed checks, flaps 1. Speed checks, flaps up. Well, that second takeoff attempt was a little less exciting, which is the way I kind of prefer it. I don't know what happened on that first one. $250. Autopilot. After takeoff, landing gear up, lights out, flaps up, auto brakes off, stereo lights, engine start switches off. To the line. Okay. Autopilot won't engage. Oh, that's why. Altimeter standard. Cross check 19,000. Cross check.
To go.
Check. FMC speed, VNAV path. Alright, we don't have a lot of time here, so let's go ahead and start looking at our landing and approach stuff. First weight's 127.9. I'm going to burn about 1,100 pounds of fuel more. So let's make that 126.7. Does this confirm? Yep, 126.7. Okay, approach speed 137, VF 132. Auto brakes 2. We're going to use most of the runway doing this. Alright. Current weather at Juneau. Wind 260 at 6. 10 station mile visibility. Few clouds 2,500. Scattered at 4,000. Okay. Kind of lowish ceilings. One runway. Alright, and reset MCP altitude. Let's take a look at that approach. Oh. It's not available. Okay, well that's a problem. I don't have a chart for this. So what are the minimums? Why is there no chart for this? It's kind of hard to fly this survival if I don't know what the minimums are, right? VNAV decided to fly right through my descent, so great. This is just a really good flight right now. VNAV path. FMC speed. That kind of sucks that we don't have an approach plate for this. I hope I can find one somewhere else. Hey, there we go. Oh. Oh, well. FMC speed. Altimeters. Wind. The weather. 3007. There we go. Retard VNAV speed. I guess we're just going to fly this like a visual. I mean, I have the waypoints in the FMC, but I don't have a chart to follow. So let's just kind of make up our own procedure here since I don't have a chart. If we do go missed, we're going to fly it as published, where we go out to SSR, and we're going to come back around and nibble and try it again. I don't know what the altitude constraints are per the chart, but we do have them in the FMC, so we'll let it fly it until we're visual, then we'll go autopilot off. So the main intent of this flight here is to evaluate the landing performance and see what this falling thing is that everybody's referring to. So we'll see what it does. Hey, decel.
Thousand to go.
Alright, continue down. Runway heading is 265. We're about 400 feet high, so I'm going to put in some speed brake to help us get down. VNAV path. Speed brakes retracted. So we got a couple overcast layers to bust through. Last one's at 2,500 feet.
Gear up.
Just resequencing my handle. Okay, got another decel point here. FMC speed. Retard. Ooh, what a beautiful area. Wow. This is gonna be a gorgeous approach. And there's something special about flying in Alaska. Look at this place. This might be one of the coolest approaches I've ever flown, man. Look how awesome this is. Like flying in between a canyon or whatever this is here. Okay, flaps 1. Wow, look at this. This is really cool. Is that the runway straight ahead? No, it can't be. Okay, flaps 5. Look how cool this is. Guys, come on. Look at this. This is really neat. What a beautiful approach. I don't see the runway yet, though. Alright. Speed 160, flaps 15, gear down. Not seeing the airport. We're 7 miles away. I should be seeing something by now. Oh, is that it? Holy moly. Alright. Flaps 30. Speed brakes arm. Landing gear down, spoilers, auto brakes, flaps. Landing clearance. Oh, there's the runway. Oh my god. Okay. I'm taking this one. Oh, this is crazy, man. I do see the runway, but it's up at an angle. This thing brings you in at a weird... I can barely see it. This is something else, man. Why does this feel so steep? I don't think I'm gonna make that. No.
Plus 100.
Gear up, flaps 15.
Gear up. 1,000 to go.
Yeah, what the heck, man? That wasn't gonna happen at all. Wow.
1,000 to go.
Autopilot. Flaps 5. But what the heck was that approach anyway? Like, that thing brought us in way too high. Man, it's really tight in there too. All right, let's try something different here, because that was crazy. We're never gonna land this thing like that. I'm gonna try something different here. Let's see if we can get in a little bit tighter. That was crazy. I wish I had the dang chart in front of me, because
1,000 to go.
I didn't really know where I was going. You know what I mean? All right, let's go bank angle 30. I need maximum bank angling here. I'm gonna put terrain radar on my side just so I can see where the heck I'm going. All right.
2,500.
Alright, so we might have to come back to Juneau, man. This place is just still too tight. Alright, so there's the runway, and that approach just brought us in way too high.
Terrain.
Yep, I see it. We're clear.
Terrain. Terrain. Terrain.
I see it.
Thousand to go.
Very tight confines here. There's the runway. Flaps 15, gear down.
Terrain.
Yep, noted.
Terrain. Terrain.
I see it, we're clear of it.
Terrain.
Alright guys, hold on tight. This is gonna be a fun one. Flaps 30.
Terrain.
Oh, we're clear.
Terrain. Terrain. Bank angle. Bank angle. Bank angle. Bank angle.
1,000.
It's a little bit better. That sun is killing me.
Plus 100. Minimums.
Continue. Alright, let's see how this thing acts starting to flare.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Kinda see what they're saying.
Knots.
kind of see what they're saying. Kind of like I feel like it was starting to sink a little bit. I get what they're saying on that. Well, that was an interesting place to fly in and out of, man. How do I fix that, though? Wow. Think there's enough vehicles here? Jeez. Are these even taxi lines? What is this? Hey, let's go over that guy. I guess he didn't know what he's doing. Oh, too far, huh? All right, I got you, buddy. Hold on. Okay, well that was a cluster F of a flight from the beginning to end, but I was kind of getting what they're saying about it feeling like it falls. I totally understand what they're saying. So during the flare, it felt like it started to despite flaring, it started to develop some sort of sync rate at the end there. I think I know how to fix it, but I want to duplicate it one more time. But I want to get out of this airport because I'm not loving Juneau right now. That was gnarly what we did. I mean, look at this. Look at this track, guys. This was something else. We don't have charts for this approach, so this is what I flew the first time, and it brought us in way too high. So then I went around and I flew my own little thing, and we had to dodge this terrain, and then I just got kind of crazy here and brought it back in and landed it. But yeah, this is really tight in here. I didn't realize how tight this was going to be. Let's get out of here. and find an airport that's a little easier to operate out of. That hopefully has charts for what we need to do. Because not having the chart did not help me at all on that one. Nope. I did not want that. Alright, let's get this thing out of here. PASI. That's a short flight. Let's go there. I've never even heard of that place. 7010. Sitka. Oh my god. Okay, I mean, why not? Let's go to Sitka. I've been there before in real life, actually, on a cruise when I was like in my teens. Kind of a cool place. Alright, flight plan is filed, and let's go ahead and change the call sign. 7010. Alright, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and start loading up. Let's start doing a weight and balance for the new flight. Oh, look at that. I got ATC now. Interesting. 132.3. Alright. Would have thought I had ATC out here. Alright. Weight and balance. So fuel required for this hop. 9,500. Cost index 50. Weight 33.6. Okay. Payload. Close enough. Perfect. Cool. FMC. Going to PASI. And the route. Not much to this one. Departure Juno 6 SSR from 26. And the arrival, runway 11 at Sitka, which I have no idea what that looks like. Okay, 7,200 feet, runway 11 is not that bad. Okay, what approaches do we have here? Okay, it looks like we're doing an RNAV approach from Cluck. That'll work. That gets us there. There we go. So we're gonna go RNAV 11 from Cluck. Let's check it out. Oh, I don't think I like that. So where's Doozy at? Oh, that's not right. Let me see. Maybe I misread my flight plan. Let's take a look at this. Okay, Doozy's not a thing. All right, we'll take that out. That's better. Okay, flight plans in. Activate. Performance initialization, reserve 6, cost index 50. Cruise altitude for this is going to be 13,000 feet. Oh, we're not even going to get that high. Cruise wind 290 at 1. I'm not even going to put it in. There's no point. M1 limit from here. And our takeoff weight 119.7. All right. Okay. A2.7, laps 5. Why am I getting different numbers in that? That's why our gross weight. Our gross weight is way lower. It's 127.4. That's better. All right, that's good. Take off. That works. Fuel quantity is set. Flight altitude 13,000 feet, so 14,000 feet. Hot throttle. MCP airspeed is going to be 132. altimeters, cross check, auto brakes, RTO, radios. Tuned into Anchorage Center, nav, TCAS. Let's go ahead and call for IFR clearance. Anchorage Center, good afternoon. Alaska 7010. Request IFR clearance to Sitka.
Alaska 7010, Anchorage Center. Hello, you're cleared to Sitka Airport. Juno 6 departure, then as filed. Maintain 13,000 departures with me, squawk 4736.
Okay, Alaska 7010 is cleared to Sitka via the Juno 6 departure, then it's filed. Initial altitude 13,000 feet, departure with you, squawk 4736.
Alaska 7010, read back correct.
Alright, cool. So, our squawk code is 4736. Four, 7, 3, 6. Okay. Taxi takeout departure brief. Alright, crew. Hey, guys. That approach into... Sorry, I've been setting up the aircraft. I missed some stuff in the chat here. Yes, Quartz, reply to the same email, please. That way it's official. It's just a required thing I gotta send out to people, so don't take it personal. Just reply to it and let me know what's going on. Alright. Taxi takeout departure brief. Let's do this so we can get out of here. So we're on the ground at Juneau after a really gnarly approach. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch it later. It was yeah, something else. We're gonna push to start, tail facing east. I'm expecting a taxi down to Charlie, then down Alpha to Golf, and departing. Oh, okay, never mind. We're taking off on runway 8, right? I think we're doing runway 8. Okay, well, I think I messed that up then. I put it in for... What's the weather here? Yep, runway 8. Alright, very well. I guess reprogram this then. Departure... Runway 8. Alright, now we need to redo our takeoff information here. It's a different... Alright. Same stuff.
November 931, Echo Charlie, Anchorage Center. I got a PDC coming for you shortly.
Okay. Belay my last. Let's do this again. So we're taking off from runway 8. I was confused. I thought we were doing 26. So we'll have a short taxi down to Bravo, take off this way, and then we have a pretty intense takeoff. The Juno 8 obstacle clearance departure here is a climbing right turn as soon as practical. Climb in visual conditions direct to CDGL NDB or heading 279 to IJ Dale West course 2. Visual conditions must be maintained from takeoff until established over CGL NDB. Wow, this is something else, man. So guys, we gotta take off and then make an immediate right turn to clear this terrain. And now if you look out the wing, it's this stuff right over here. So we're taking off that way, and we need to avoid this mountain. So this is gonna be a really intense takeoff. Wow. Okay. So don't mind this magenta, guys. We need to actually fly this white line here over to the IJDL Cochran Island NDB, and then it's filed to Barlow. This is gonna be fun, man. Juno is, wow. Oh man, this is intense, guys. You better hold on tight. I'm gonna yank it and bank it on this thing. Okay, before start pushback checklist. Center lower MFD is on. Engine, APU's on. Doors and windows are good. Yaw damper is on. Hydraulic pumps are on. Fuel pumps are on. Parking brake is set. APU gens are already on. Wheel chocks and age were never connected. Beacon light is still on. Trim air, engine bleed off. APU bleeds on. Packs off. We'll do ignition right.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Alright, let's get the push going here.
Anchor Center, good evening, FedEx 457, fly level 340.
FedEx 457, Anchorage Center. Hello, squawk
Okay, all doors and
4262.
hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Clear to connect. You know what? I messed with this yesterday.
4262 and ident FedEx 457.
That's why this stuff all sounds weird. There we go. Alright, crew. This is going to be one of the most, Hey, you need to fly at 737 again, man. Look at this is gonna be a fun takeoff, guys. Let me show you what we're doing here. So just to recap, we're taking off for runway 8, and as soon as we take off, we gotta do an immediate right turn to clear this mountain here. We're probably gonna get a terrain warning when we do it. I'm gonna use the HUD for this because we're gonna be flying visual until we can get established on that NDB. So look at this high terrain here. We got to stay clear of this stuff in a hard right turn to clear it. Yeah, this would be something else, man.
FedEx 457, your radar contact 48 miles to the northeast of the sister island. VOR, flight level 340.
About there will do.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, crew clear for engine start. Starting 1. Rotation N2. They're all slightly different. Somewhat. Oh, pressure's good. Fuel on. Oh, pressure lights out. Hey. Let's start on 1, roll back, let's go starting 2. Rotation.
Alright, citation 931, Echo Charlie, Anchorage Center, runway 7 left. Taxi via Echo 7 left. Hotel, hold short, or correction, 7 right, hotel, hold short, runway 7 left.
Start our lights out, roll back, good start on 2. At the start checklist, engine bleeds on, APU bleeds off, isolation valve, AP, actually we'll leave it on auto, engine gens on 1 and 2, APU off. Well, it can get up there.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
The 737-700 has a lot of performance, man. They can do it. Alright. Taxi checklist. Flaps set for takeoff. Stab trim. 6.25 aircraft nose up. Takeoff data. 129, 131, 132.
457, I have a reroute advice ready, copy.
Takeoff thrust setting. 83% N1. Transponder.
Ready to copy reroute, FedEx 457.
FedEx 467, when able, redirect Johnstone Point to join the Peters 3 arrival.
Yeah, very high is very
Tow
subjective.
is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Alright.
Say again for FedEx 457.
FedEx 457, you're cleared to Anchorage. When able, proceed direct Johnstone Point, then the Peters 3 arrival.
Direct to Johnstone Point via the Peters 3 arrival. FedEx 457.
Anchorage Center, Alaska 7010, ready for taxi, runway 8.
Alaska 7010, roger, stand by.
Alright, stand by.
Alaska 7010, runway 8, taxi via Charlie Bravo, or Charlie Bravo Alpha.
Runway 8 via Charlie Bravo Alpha, Alaska 7010. Alright, crew, let's go.
Citation 1 Echo Charlie, I'm so sorry, we never run this config. I can't give you the Anchorage departure. I just have to change your departure advice ready to copy. Alright, citation 931 Echo Charlie, you're cleared to an Alaska airport by the NIC 3 departure, rest of route unchanged. Yeah, no problem. Let me know when you're ready to go. And again, sorry about that.
Alright guys, be ready for some intense flying here. Anchorage Center, Alaska 7010, holding short, runway 8, ready for departure.
Alaska 7010, wind 1004, runway 8, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 8, Alaska 7010. Alright, this will be a stacked takeoff, guys. No rolling takeoff on this one. Arrival's clear, departure's clear, TCAS clear. Runway heading is 085.
November 931 Echo Charlie, wind 15015 gusting 21, runway 7 left, clear for takeoff.
Alright, we're clear for takeoff, start the clock. Alright, wish me luck, guys. This will be fun. Hold on tight. And set takeoff thrust. And one, Toga.
Knots.
Cloud a hold.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate. 0.
Bank angle.
Yep.
Bank angle.
I got it. And one.
November 931 Echo Charlie, your radar contact, altitude passing. Citation 1 Echo Charlie, altitude checks, go maintain, flight level 430.
Pops one.
Alaska 7010, Anchorage Center, UR radar contact, altitude passing.
Time to 1900, Alaska 7010.
Alaska 7010, altitude checks.
Man, I can't even see this sun. The sun's so bad. I'm just gonna look at the PFD. Flaps up.
Citation 1 Echo Charlie, what network procedure exit key 9 VOR on course. Yeah, looking good, man. We'll be up to 13,000 feet real quick.
Autopilot. That's to take off. Landing gear. Flaps and slats up. Retract. Auto brakes. Off. Exterior lights. Engine start switches. Altimeters, we're gonna keep them. Check. FMC speed, VNAV path. No, I got too many things to do, man. I'm gonna have to. I gotta grab charts and look at other things, man. I can't do that. If I had a co-pilot in there, maybe, but if it's just me doing everything, I gotta take my hands off for a minute. Okay, we don't have a lot of time till we go down. Let's start going over our landing data right now while we have the time. So current weight is 125.9. We got 1,500 pounds of fuel to burn, so let's call it 124.5 for landing weight. Alright, auto brakes 3, approach speed 131, VRAF 1, I'm sorry, approach speed 136, VRAF 131. Not a lot of margin here, guys. This is a short runway.
Alaska 7010, Sitka altimeter 3010.
3010, thank you. Okay, 3010, check. Flaps 30.
Alaska 7010, did you have an approach request at Sitka?
Yes, we'd like the RNAV runway 11.
Alaska 7010, roger, you can expect it.
Thank you. Okay.
You want it from Clock, I'm guessing?
Hey, firm.
Roger.
This guy's good, man. I like this controller. We're vibing right now. Okay, let's go over this approach real quick because we don't have a lot of time. So, runway 11. Pick it up at Cluck. At Cluck, we need to be at, I can't really tell. Let me see. It's VNAV. Okay, so at Haysock, the initial approach fix here, that's going to be 3,900 feet. We'll fly continuous descent profile all the way down to the final approach fix, which is going to be Tipe. We need to be at 2,500 feet, 3-degree glide slope down to the runway threshold, which is at 24 feet. RVR is 1 3/4. No, we're LNAV.
Alaska 7010, pilot discretion, maintain 6,000.
Pilot discretion down to 6,000, Alaska 7010.
Sorry, who else is calling up? Alright, Delta 7785 Anchorage Center, you are radar contact. Flight level 340, welcome.
Wow, 3 miles visibility. Why is that? Must be for this terrain that's so close to the airport. That's a lot of visibility. No, we're LPV. I'm sorry. We're here. Okay, MDA is 500 feet. MSA is 6,500 feet from Wegwe. Wow. Okay. This approach, climb right 25,000 feet, direct the BKA VOR and hold. Let's put BKA in 113.8. BKA, DME. Station altitude 500 feet, Barrow. Landing altitude 50 feet. Seatbelt signs are good, altimeters are good. Start switches continuous. Retard. Just heading down. FMC speed. Why do I have a master caution on? Oh. I guess I didn't like our low altitude setting here. Alright, exterior lights. Course checklist complete. Pretty crappy visibility out here. Let me see if we got ATIS for this place. Yeah, 11 minutes ago. Wind 1406, 10 statute miles visibility, few clouds of 4,500 feet. So we'll break through this crap around 4,500. Altimeter 3009. Okay.
Alaska 7010 advisory, need the 1 minute weather at Sitka.
Say again.
Alaska 7010 advisory, need the 1 minute weather at Sitka.
We have the weather.
Roger, Alaska 7010, cross clock at or above 5,000, clear for the RNAV, runway 11 approach at Sitka.
Okay, past the clock at or above 5,000, and we're clear for the RNAV, runway 11 at Sitka, Alaska 7010. Alright, we already got that in. VNAV is going to have us at or above 5,000 by just passing at 6,000, so we're good there. Okay, we got our slowed down under 10,000 feet. Yeah, I just can't really enjoy flying GA planes in flight sims because I can go do that at the local airport myself, you know. I like to fly stuff that I can't fly. But there's nothing wrong with flying GA. I don't find it enjoyable. If I want to do that, I'll just do the real thing. That's for me personally. I don't disparage anybody who does it in this sim. But I just can't go hop into 737 and fly it, so I like to simulate that. And if I want to fly GA, I'll go do that. Because that I can do here in California pretty easily.
1,000 to go.
Oh, we're in some soupy right here. Retard. Oh, this will be fun. We're getting the back taxi here. 116 is the runway heading. FMC speed. We should break out of this weather on 4,500 feet.
Alaska 7010, no traffic observed between you and the Sitka airport. IFR cancellation. You can either make with me in the air or on the ground this frequency, or with flight service. Radar service terminated. Frequency change is approved.
Yeah, we can cancel IFR at this time. Alaska 7010.
So if you are canceling this time?
Affirm.
Right, Alaska 7010, IFR cancellation is received. You can monitor your unit. We'll see you later.
All right, take care. Thanks for your service.
Cheers.
Hi. Very, very good controller tonight. There's not a lot of ATC up here in Alaska, so whenever you get somebody, you know, it makes a difference. The guy was very professional and polite. So that was nice to have that. Hey, breaking through the weather, just like I said. Don't see the airport yet, though. Okay, I don't think we're gonna need speed brakes. There's the airport. Right there. That guy. Look at that little runway. Woo! Alright, missed approach again. I want to review this. Alright. Flaps 1. Alright, we'll see how this thing handles again when we touch down. Flaps 5, need some more drag. I see the runway, yep. Tell you what, I feel a little frisky today.
1,000 to go.
I missed approach. Get out, flaps 15.
2,500.
Flaps 30. Alright, before landing checklist, landing gear down, 3 green, spoiler handle is armed, speed brake, correction, auto brakes 3, altimeters cross check, 3009, oh, no, 3009, landing clearance, we're clear to land.
$1,000.
Alright guys, let's see how she does. What a
100.
cool airport.
500. Minimums.
Continue. It's a cool airport, man. Look at this place.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
I definitely feel what they're saying about that drop, though. I think I can fix that. Park over here. All right, that's another one. (119 feet per minute), not bad. What was the previous one? 196 feet per minute. Okay. I don't know. I kind of want to do one more. Let's see what we got that's short. What do we got? Alright, let's see what we got. If there's a flight that makes sense that's not too long. Because I don't want to leave this jet at Sitka, man. It's pretty cheesy. AKT, huh? I do like AKT. I think that's catch can, right? Let's try that one. That's another short flight. 7002. ASI to PAKT. Catch Can, yeah. I've been there too. That's funny, I'm doing a world tour of all the places I went to in Alaska. Catch Can, Juneau, Sitka. I didn't go to Wrangell though. Let's do this one. It's another short flight, and I think I'll call it a night after that. Yeah. This was our flight track from the last flight. You like that turn? And our back taxi there. Cool. One more flight, guys. We'll do one more shorty. Alright, let me finish building this flight plan here. You know, it's a little noisy out there. That's better. Okay. Alright, now let's go ahead and log back in with a new flight number. Okay. And we'll go back to our checklist and we'll get set up. Let's see what we need to comply with. Let me make sure that I have my EFIS panel set up here. So I want that on plan. I want this one. Alright, that's good. Alright, weight and balance. So, let's take a look at the flight plan for our last flight tonight. Alright, runway 11. Okay, runway 11 at Catch Can. Cool. Alright, fuel quantity 10.5, cost index 33, cruise altitude 250. We're going to get up a little bit higher. 10.5. It's fuel truck rolling. The payload is 35,000 pounds. So let's just add 5 there. Oops. Oh, I can't. Oh, that's right. £35,000. CG looks good. Way down a fuel truck. Dude, these Alaska airports are really cool. Somebody put a lot of time and effort into making this thing. This is really neat. And fuel quantity is on the rise. Okay, weight and balance set. Position initialization. We're at PASI. Going to PAKT. ASA 7002. Alright, and the route is BKA direct Doozy DOOZI. Departure runway 11 on the BKA 4. Arrival. Let's take a look at our options for arrivals into Catch Can. I have actually flown an ILS approach all day, so I would prefer to do that. Let's do ILS Yankee runway 11 from Doozy. That connects perfectly with our flight plan here. Nice. Let's do that. So ILS Yankee 11, doozy transition. Let's review this. Perfect. Activate. Performance. Cost index was 33. Reserve 6. Cruise altitude. It says 250. I don't know if we're gonna get up there. Cruise wind is 064 at 5. Fuel looks good. 129.7. All right, let's run those numbers. We missed the landing. Oh man. You missed it. All right. Take out performance 129.5, flaps 5. Calculate. Okay, DTO 250, flaps 5. I don't know if I like that run. You know what? No. There's terrain like right in front of us. Like, why would I take that low power setting? We're gonna do takeoff flaps 50 here. We're gonna do this. I want a little more juice getting out of here. I'm overriding my performance calculator today. I don't agree with it. Alright, we're set. Final cockpit prep. Okay, fuel quantity is set. Flight altitude 250 plus 1. FMC is set. Flight directors cycle off. On. Auto throttle. MCP airspeed will be 132. Heading's gonna be 116. And initial altitude, I'll set to 10, but we gotta call fire for our clearance here. Let's go ahead and do that now. Anchorage Center, good evening. Alaska 7002, request IFR clearance to Ketchikan.
Alaska 7002, Anchorage Center, you are cleared from the Sitka Airport to the Ketchikan Airport by the Bjorka 4 departure, then as filed. On departure, maintain flight level 250. Departure is with Anchorage Center 132.3, squawk 4624, 4624.
Okay, Alaska 702 is cleared to Sitka via the Bjorka 4 departure. Initial altitude will be flight level 250, departure with you, squawk 4624.
Alaska 7002, readback is correct, hold for release, advise number 1 for departure with departure runway.
Okay, we'll fly back for release, Alaska 702. Alright, altimeters 3009, auto brakes, RTO, radios are set, nav, TCAS. Oh, wrong button. 4624. 4624. Taxi takeoff departure brief. Alright. Thank you. I'll give you one more good one, you guys, and we'll call it a night. This is another short flight, too. It'll be like 30 minutes or less. I'm going to get us in the air about quickly.
Delta 9353, Anchorage Center, squawk 3405, and ident.
We'll call him back. All right. Here's our situation. We're on the ground at Sitka. We're gonna push tail facing southeast and taxi down runway, or correction, taxiway Alpha. Very short takeoff, taxi to runway 11. Depart, and we're gonna fly the Bjorka 4 departure. Instructions. Climbing right turn, heading 223 to intercept Bjorka radial 358 to Bjorka VOR. Okay, well, there you go. Another quick turn after takeoff. After we hit this VOR, we're going to proceed on course. So 113.8, radial 358. And 113.8 is in. The runway heading here is... (116). Okay, taxi takeoff departure brief complete. Alright, before start pushback checklist, lower MFD and engine, APU is on, doors and windows are closed, yaw damper is on, electric hydraulic pumps are on, fuel pumps on. Parking brake is set. APU gen 1 and 2 are already on. Wheel chocks. Alright. That's already configured. And we'll go ignition left for this last one. APU bleed is on. ACARS. There it is. Push start.
Grounded cockpit. Tow is driving up.
One more, guys. Last one.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Do it, girl.
Grounded cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
I thought I was talking to a girl just a second ago. What the heck?
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright. Clear for engine start. Starting 1. Rotation. Positive oil, fuel on. Low pressure lights out. Alright, good start on 1, starting 2. Oil pressure is good, fuel on. Start on 2. Let's start checklist. Engine bleeds. APU. They got taxi checklist. Flaps, they got stamp trim, 5.75. They got beta is in.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
They got thrust setting 89.1.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Thanks a lot. See ya. Alright, crew, let's roll. Short taxi. Brakes, check. Anchorage Center, Alaska 702, holding short, runway 11, Sitka, number 1.
Alaska 702, Anchorage Center. Your release for departure, current time 0442 Zulu. Clearance void if not off by 0450 Zulu. Not off by that time, advise this frequency or with flight service. Frequency change is approved. And call me back when airborne.
Okay, we'll call you back when airborne, Alaska 702. On the right, go to the left, TCAS clear. Oh, overshot.
Citation 1 Echo Charlie, pilot's discretion, set and maintain 1010,000. Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, crew, clear for takeoff.
Roger, Citation 1 Echo Charlie, you can expect that. And Una, Alaska, altimeter 2967.
Alright, engines stabilized. Set takeoff thrust last time. And one toga. Thrust set.
Citation 1 Echo Charlie, I'm looking at the charts here. I can't find an RNAV for 1-3, but I have an RNAV Bravo. Can get you
Not a
circle
hole?
1-3.
V1.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Roger, stand by.
LNAV.
400.
LNAV, VNAV speed.
You said it was from Rovesu?
1000.
And one. Anchorage Center, Alaska 702, airborne, with you climbing through 1,800.
Yeah, Citation 1 Echo Charlie, if you could do that, that'd be perfect. Alaska 702, Anchorage Center, radar contact, update passing.
Passing to 2,300, Alaska 702.
Alaska 702, altitude check.
Man, I like this guy. Hey, speed checks, flaps 1.
FedEx 457 Heavy, just maintain 3000.
Speed checks, flaps up.
Alright, November 931 Echo Charlie. Continue direct to Morty from now. I think I'll probably just clear you at Morty because I can't clear you on a final approach course or anything without a vector map. Yeah, Citation 1 Echo Charlie. I'm gonna probably just clear you there from Morty because on the feeder fix there because I can't, I don't have a radar vector map, so I can't give you vectors for the final approach course. Yeah, no problem at all, man. Alright, sounds good. FedEx 457 Heavy, turn left heading 170.
Okay, autopilot. Alright guys, on our way. Last one.
The aircraft calling, it's somewhat broken, but I can hear you. FedEx 457 Heavy, join the runway 15 localizer. FedEx 457 Heavy, you're 5 mile from Card. Maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS, runway 15 approach. FedEx 457 Heavy, wind 15014, gusting 30, runway 15, clear line.
Okay, coming up on transition altitude.
Alright, citation 931 Echo Charlie. When able, proceed to erect the loot. That's going to be Alpha Lima Echo Uniform Ego, and that would be on your RNAV GPS Bravo plate. It's the initial approach fix. You can cross a loot at or above 5,000 and expect to take the approach from there. Alaska 7002, you got an approach request at Kingston.
Hey, firm, I'd like the ILS 11 from, let me see. ILS 11, ILS Yankee runway 11 at Doozy.
Roger, Alaska 78, you can expect that. 352 Anchorage Center, go ahead.
Alright, crew, leveling off. We don't have a whole lot of time here before...
United 852, you should expect 7 left for departure.
Before, we need to go ahead and start doing our... These short segments will give me a lot of time to set up for the landing.
Alaska 7002, advisory of the 1 minute weather. Catch you again.
We've got Ketchikan weather.
Roger.
1504, overcast to 7,000, altimeter 3010. The harbor wind is 110 at 6. Interesting. 3010. Okay, landing data. Current gross weight 127.3. We got 2,000 pounds to burn. Let's make it an even 125. Auto brakes 3. So this is a 7,500 foot runway. Auto brakes 3. Same exact numbers as before. Elevation is going to be 50 feet. No, 100 feet. Reference speeds in. Okay. We don't have an arrival to descend on, so we're going to use VNAV descent. And we're flying direct to Doozy right now, and that's the initial transition fix onto this approach. So at Doozy...
Alaska 7002, descent pilot discretion across Doozy at or above 6,000. Catch again, altimeter 3010.
Okay, cross Doozy at or above 6,000, Alaska 7002. Okay, that's already in. And we're going to end up bypassing a couple of these fixes here. Yeah, that's better. There we go. That cleaned that up a bit. That's a lot better now. Okay. So let's brief this approach because we don't have an arrival. So at Doozy we need to cross that 6,000.
If I didn't hit you with it already, Uno Oscar altimeter
continuous descent down to Cogox, which is going to be 4,600 feet. Descending to
FedEx 457 Heavy, welcome to Anchorage. Left
okay.
turn Romeo, you
Okay.
can take Romeo to the ramp.
At Cogox we need to cross at 4,100 feet, and that's going to be our... That's basically the final approach fix. That's going to be a 3-degree glide slope down here to the runway threshold. RVR is going to be... half-mile visibility, 310 decision altitude. MSA 5,800 from the CFJ NDB. Missed approach, climbing to 5,100 direct CMJ NDB on bearing 124 to Yukaru, DME 6.6, and outbound the ANN VOR radio 338 to ANN VOR and hold. Continue climb and hold 5,100 feet. Alright, I know that sound.
Alaska 52 Heavy, push onto taxi lane Echo 3 is approved.
Okay, retard. Throttle's idle. Alright, heading down, crew. FMC speed. Station height was 321, right? 312. And the ILS frequency is 109.3. Approach course 115.
Anchorage information Delta's current altimeter 3000. United 852 Heavy, runway 17 left, taxi by a Mike, Romeo, Kilo, at Kilo cross runway 15.
FMC speed.
Yes sir, United 852 Heavy, runway 17 left, taxi via Mike, Romeo, Kilo, at Kilo, cross runway 15.
Okay, altimeters.
Perfect.
Alright, crew, looking good. Cross check at 17,000. Cross check. Altimeters, good. Engine start switches. I'm ready to land this thing, man. This is my third leg tonight.
Alaska 7002, you're 30 miles from Doozy. At Doozy, clear for the ILS Yankee, runway 11, straight in approach.
Okay, at Doozy, we're cleared for the ILS Yankee runway 11 approach, straight in, Alaska 7002. Alright, crew, clear for the approach already. VNAV path. Okay, exterior lights. Okay, decelerating.
United 852 Heavy at Kilo, cross runway 15. Stay firm.
Alright, crew, looking good on speed, on profile.
United 852 Heavy, wind 150 at 11, gusting 22, runway 7 left, clear for takeoff. Citation 1 Echo Charlie, new METAR coming out of Una, Alaska, wind 13014, gusting 18. 10 miles visibility and overcast layer 2,100 feet.
Okay, latest weather from Ketchikan. Wind 1703, overcast at 6500, altimeter 3010. Looks pretty good. Retard.
That Una, Alaska. I don't know if I've ever seen one get that low.
1,000 to go.
Not a hot air balloon underwater? What? Weird. Okay. Okay, decel.
United 852, heavy radar contact altitude checks, climb maintain flight level 370.
VOR localizer. Approach mode. Hey, VOR loc. And way down glide slope. Is that an aircraft carrier? Am I seeing this? Holy crap, there's a helicopter flying. Wow. That's cool.
United 852, heavy turn left heading 340.
Wow, look at that. Drive required. Sure, why not? Laps one. Okay, I think I got the runway in sight.
Heavy turn left heading 170.
2,500.
Alaska 7002, no traffic observed between you and the Ketchikan Airport. IFR cancellation in the air or on the ground with myself on this frequency or with flight service. Radar service terminated. Frequency change is approved.
Okay, we'll go ahead and cancel IFR in the air at this time.
Alaska 7002, IFR cancellation is received. Squawk and maintain VFR. We'll see you later.
Okay, Squawk VFR, and now over to Unicom. Thanks again for your help. Alaska 7002.
Of course, man. Thanks for flying.
Flaps 5. Glide slope. Alright guys, looking good. Little fast, no big deal. Alright, let's start reduce the speed. Speed 160. $150. Little speed brake to help slow us down. Okay, let me get the gear down, and we'll put the speed brakes back up. Flaps 15. Mr. Approach altitude set. Autopilot. That was a little trim. Auto throttle. Alright guys, autopilot's off. Let's see if I can give you one more good landing here. A little bit low on the glide slope, correcting. Okay, on glide slope. It could be, yeah. We'll find out. I've only been here once before. I don't remember.
1,000.
Okay, we were way fast. Correcting. Okay, back on speed. Come on, baby, give me a good landing here. Okay, I'm visual.
500. Plus 100. Minimums.
Continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Oh, that was a hard one. Yep. Oh shoot, manual braking.
80 knots.
I guess I forgot to set my auto brakes. That's what I get for not reading my checklist, right? I was like, why are we not slowing down? I was like, man, this deceleration seems kind of light, and sure enough, it was. I didn't have my auto brakes on. Checklist fail. That was a bit firmer of a landing. Hey, Brady. Hey, hey, man, I don't know if you probably didn't hear me, but I was saying so many nice things about you, man. You're definitely the best Anchorage control I've ever had. I mean that. And I fly up there kind of frequently, so thank you for stopping by, and thank you for controlling tonight. I got 3 legs in tonight in Alaska, and you being here made it a lot better, so thank you very much. Great controller, 10 out of 10. I'd give you all the stars on Yelp, man. I love it when the controllers come on my streams. This is the best. This is why I love VATSIM. I only fly on VATSIM. If I'm not gonna do VATSIM, I'm not even gonna fly. Alright, where the heck are we parking tonight? I forget. Oh, over there. Maybe there? Over here. Oh, that's not gonna work. I can't park there. Alright, hold on. I got this. We'll go back. There we go. What's with all these vehicles here? Guys, get out of the way! God dang, wait! What the heck, dude? God. All right, let's shut this down. Let me catch up with my chat here. APU gen. Oh, I never turned the APU on. Dang it. All right, I know what to do. There we go. Packs off, APU bleed on, window heat, probe heat, parking brake released. All right, here it's. Oh yeah, Brady, you got your certs here today and you used to control Honolulu. All right, cool, man. I just flew into Honolulu like a week ago in an MD-11. Oh, God, it's loud here. Hold on. Yeah, I just flew into Honolulu last week in an MD-11. I was doing some flight testing on this 737-700. It's Alaska Air Cargo. We can fly it for our VA. I really like it because I can get a lot of legs in, a lot of takeoffs and landings for flight testing. So I adjusted the flight model on this aircraft some time ago, and I was getting some reports that during the flare it tends to develop an excessive sink rate, and I was definitely seeing that tonight. So I need to go back in and make some changes to that, but that's okay. But either way, Brady, I want to say thanks again for being a really good controller. And if you end up watching this back at some point, you'll go back and hear me make comments about you about 3 different times about how good you were and how much I thought you were doing a good job. So I don't know if your RTC has like a feedback form or something, but I'd love to put something in nice for you because you're very, very professional and polite. I tend to sometimes have some issues with some of the center controllers in other airspaces like LA, Canada, Toronto area. They get a little, I don't know, impolite, but you're very patient and very professional, and I really appreciate that. You're doing a great job. I really hope to see you at Anchorage a lot more, because I fly MD-11s out of Anchorage all the time, going to and from Hong Kong and stuff. So I look forward to running into you again in the near future on a different aircraft flying in and out of Anchorage. So again, thanks for stopping by. I love talking to our vets and controllers on here. Since I started putting links to my stuff in my flight plans, I've been getting more of you guys coming on, and I really appreciate it. So thanks again. Yeah, that was not a good landing, guys. 283 feet per minute. I'm definitely getting it. I'm feeling the feedback that people are telling me that it tends to drop a lot. So I was holding the flare at about 4 degrees, 5 degrees aircraft nose up, right? And it was just dropping. Like it, if I had pulled any more flare, I would have started taking off again. So I'll look at this. I think I can fix this, but you know, it's flyable. It sinks a bit more than, you know, what I think it should. And the feedback was valid. Anyway, guys, I'm tired. My butt's tired. I've been sitting in this chair for hours. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. I'll go check out your website, Brady, and I got some great feedback for you. I'll make sure that your bosses know you're doing a fantastic job. And I'll see you at Anchorage real soon in an MD-11, because that's what I like to fly up there. And for everybody else, thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the flying. We got a lot of good reps in on this aircraft tonight, and it was fun. Catch you guys on the next one.